My child, stop for just a moment and do not walk away, for I hold the exact answer you have begged me for in the secret hours of the night. If you stay with me until the very end of this divine encounter, I will reveal the specific key that will unlock the heavy door you have stood before for years. Hear me now, because turning your heart away before I finish speaking will cause you to walk right past the greatest season of blessing I have ever prepared for you. I am not speaking to the multitudes right now. I am not speaking to the crowds. I am speaking directly, intimately, and specifically to you. I have chosen this exact moment, this precise crossing of our paths, to reach out and touch your spirit, because I know the heavy, invisible burdens you have been carrying in absolute silence. I know what you hide behind your smile. I know the exhaustion that settles deep in your bones before your day has even begun. You have pleaded with me for a sign. You have looked at the sky and asked if I am still there. You have fallen to your knees in the quietness of your room and whispered into the dark, asking if your voice still reaches my throne. Here I am. I am giving you that sign right now. This is not a coincidence. This is not a random occurrence born of the chaotic winds of life. I have placed these very words before your eyes on purpose, with absolute divine intentionality. I arranged this meeting because my love for you is far too deep, far too fierce, to let you miss what I am about to do in your life. Do not turn your eyes from this path. Do not turn your heart aside. Do not cast this moment away as if it were common or ordinary. If you truly hear my voice now, if you open the gates of your spirit to receive what I am pouring out, everything in your life can and will shift. Stay with me. Rest here. These next few moments are holy. They are consecrated ground, and they hold the very answer you have been waiting so long to receive. My beloved child, understand the gravity of this encounter. If you choose to walk away now, you will carry a regret that you do not need to bear. I say this not out of wrath, and not because I seek to punish you. I say this because I am a father who sees a beautiful gift prepared for his child, and it would break my heart to see you miss the blessing I have laid out for you in this very hour. You have prayed for direction. You have asked for a compass in the wilderness. You have whispered, God, show me you still hear me. Show me I am not forgotten. And now, here I am, answering you plainly, speaking to you with a clarity that cuts through the noise of this world. Do not ignore my call, for the words you are receiving right now are not just empty syllables. They carry keys. They carry the divine authority to unlock doors that have been sealed shut in your life for years. They carry a miraculous healing for the deep wounds in your soul that you secretly believed would never mend. These words carry a supernatural strength for the places inside you that feel the most fragile. They carry a brilliant, blinding light to scatter the shadows that have clung to your mind for far too long. This is urgent, my beloved. There are seasons when I whisper gently in the breeze, allowing you to seek me at your own pace. But there are also moments when I call out with absolute urgency, reaching into the rushing currents of your life to pull you to safety. This is one of those urgent moments. Do not treat this as just another fleeting thought. Do not tell yourself, I will listen to this later when I have more time. The enemy of your soul would love nothing more than for you to pass by this message, to dismiss my words as mere chance, to convince yourself, this is not for me, this must be meant for someone else. But I tell you the truth, my child, this is for you. I set this feast before you because I knew your spirit was finally starving enough to eat of it. I arranged this divine appointment so you could not escape my grace, because I love you entirely too much to let you keep wandering aimlessly, without the truth that will save you, heal you, and lift your head. Think back on your life. Think of how many times you felt a gentle, persistent tug at your heart. Think of how many times you brushed away that feeling, convincing yourself that it was just your imagination, just a fleeting emotion. I am telling you now, that was me. And this moment right now is not your imagination. This is my divine interruption into your day. This is my sacred hand reaching directly into your busy, chaotic thoughts to remind you that I have never stopped watching over you. I have been waiting for you. I have been calling your name. I could not stay silent any longer, for I see the heavy burdens you drag behind you. I see the nights when sleep refuses to come, when your mind races with anxieties of tomorrow. I see the hot tears that fall upon your face in the shadows, where no human eye can witness your pain. I see the way your heart has grown so incredibly weary. I see how hard you have tried to stand strong for everyone else, being a pillar of support, while quietly, silently, you are breaking apart inside. And now I say to you, give me your attention. Give me your heart. Rest here with me, and you will know beyond any shadow of a doubt that you are not forgotten. If you walk away, you will bypass the very miracle I have already set in motion for you. For I am not speaking of a blessing that is far away in some distant future. I am speaking of something that is happening right now. Even as you receive these words, my spirit is moving upon you. Even as this truth sinks into the soil of your heart, heavy chains are snapping in the unseen realm. Even as your eyes rest upon this declaration, I am actively reshaping the path before you, making the crooked places straight and the rough places smooth. This moment is a turning point. It is a holy intersection between the pain of your past and the glory of what is about to be. That is why I tell you with such urgency, do not look away. Do not harden your heart. Do not let the endless distractions of this busy world steal the profound gift I am placing directly into your hands right now. My precious child, you have spent so much of your life feeling unworthy of my love. You have looked at your own reflection and thought your mistakes were too numerous to count. You have believed your failures were too heavy to be forgiven. You have convinced yourself that your past is far too dark for my light to penetrate. But listen to my voice. None of those things have ever changed my love for you. Not for a single second. Nothing you have ever done, nothing you could ever do has the power to push me away. I am still right here. I am still calling you by your true name. I am still reaching out with nail-scarred hands to hold your heart. I see the fierce, exhausting battles that no one else sees. I know the dark thoughts that race through your mind when you are alone. I feel the fears that grip your chest, the suffocating doubts that whisper to you in the deep silence of the night. And yet I come to you now, not with anger, but with an overwhelming, consuming love. I do not come to condemn you. I come to restore you. I do not stand before you to list everything you have done wrong. I stand before you to declare that you are still mine, and you will always be mine. Do not think of this as just another ordinary message passing through the earth. This is me, Jesus, speaking directly into the depths of your spirit. I am the exact same Savior who walked upon the raging waters. I am the one who commanded the violent storms to be still with a single word. I am the one who touched the sick and made them whole. I am the one who called the dead out of their graves and brought them back to life. And right now, in this very moment, I am speaking directly into your storm. I am reaching my hands deep into your pain. I am commanding my perfect peace to wash over your troubled heart. You do not need to carry this crushing weight any longer. You do not need to keep putting on a brave face, pretending that everything is perfectly fine when you know that inside, your foundations are crumbling. Hand it all over to me, my child. Hand me the fear. Hand me the shame. Hand me the exhaustion. My shoulders are strong enough to bear the weight of it all. I carried the cross. I can certainly carry your burdens. This is why I tell you with such intense urgency, stay with me here. Remain in my presence. Because in these moments, I am actively planting seeds of miraculous healing, indestructible hope, and absolute freedom deep within the soil of your heart. If you walk away now, you may miss the very answer you have been begging me to give you. You have cried out for a sign, and I declare to you, this is that sign. You have longed for clarity in the midst of confusion, and this is your clarity. You have prayed desperately for a breakthrough, and this, right here, right now, is the beginning of that breakthrough. Proclaim openly for the world to witness. Lord, I am nothing without you. You are my absolute strength. Let those words become the anchor of your soul today. My beloved, let the truth of these words pierce through the hardened layers of your heart. You are not invisible. You are not abandoned. You are not forgotten, cast aside, or left to fend for yourself in a cold world. You are chosen. You are cherished beyond measure. You are loved with an everlasting love. You are seen in every moment of your existence, and I am right here with you. I prepared this exact encounter from the very foundation of the world. Long before you were ever formed in your mother's womb, long before you ever knew the bitter struggles you would one day face, long before you ever whispered your very first prayer, I had already designed this precise moment in time to meet you exactly where you are. That is how deeply intentional my love is for you. That is how far my care reaches. It spans across eternity just to find you today. Do not let fear whisper in your ear, telling you to turn away. Do not let doubt convince you that these promises are meant for someone else, someone better, someone more holy. My spirit is speaking directly to your spirit right now. I am confirming inside your chest that these words are alive, that they vibrate with divine power, and that they are meant exclusively for you. This is not a performance for the crowds. This is not a written script of empty platitudes. This is my actual beating heart poured out like water over your dry and thirsty soul. And if you will simply receive it, if you will open yourself fully and surrender your defenses, I will do more in these few moments of communion than you could ever accomplish in an entire lifetime of striving on your own strength. I am calling you right now. Stop running, my child. Give me your heart. Give me your attention, and I will give you a peace that entirely surpasses all human understanding. I will give you a profound, unshakable rest for your weary, battle-scarred soul. I will give you a pure, radiant joy that no worldly circumstance, no tragedy, and no enemy can ever take away from you. This is my unbreakable promise. This is my urgent pleading call to you. And if you stay with me, if you listen to the very end of what I have to say, your life will never be the same again. My beloved child, pause again and truly recognize the immense weight of what is happening right now in your life. I have stepped out of eternity and into your day on purpose. I have interrupted your plans, your distractions, your endless to-do lists, and your racing, anxious thoughts, because this is a holy intersection of time and eternity. This is not random. This is not a mistake. This is not a coincidence of the universe. You did not stumble onto this path by chance. I brought you here. I guided your steps. I orchestrated this very moment before the stars were ever hung in the sky. and I set it in motion so that absolutely nothing in heaven or on earth could prevent you from hearing my voice today. You may have thought you simply found this message as you wandered through your day, but I tell you the absolute truth. This message has been actively searching for you. My spirit was the gentle wind at your back, leading you here. My love was the invisible force that drew you in. My hand meticulously orchestrated every single detail, every delay, every moment of your morning, so that these specific words would meet you right where you sit. This is not like the other voices you hear shouting for your attention, my child. This voice carries the very fingerprint of eternity. It carries my divine seal. You cannot explain with human logic why you felt a sudden, urgent need to stop here. Why something deep inside your chest whispered, "Stay. Listen. This is different." That whisper was me. The gentle tug in your spirit, the sudden pause you felt in your mind. That was my Holy Spirit pressing upon you, urging you to realize that the Creator of the universe is speaking directly to you. You did not stumble upon this out of idle curiosity. I summoned you. I reached down into the chaos of your day and placed this truth right in front of you, because I knew the exact hour, the exact minute, when your heart would be most fragile, most open, and most ready to receive what I urgently need to say. Do you not see the beauty of this? There are countless others who will walk right past these words and feel nothing. But for you, they will not pass by. For you, these words are living and active. For you, they are a consuming fire and a guiding light. This is how you can know with total certainty that I am calling you personally. Out of all the millions of voices competing for your ear each day, I am cutting right through the noise. I am completely silencing the confusion. I am marking this exact moment with the heavy, glorious weight of my presence, so that you will know, beyond any shadow of a doubt, that I am with you, and I have something critical to impart to you. My child, I know you have spent so much time wondering if I even notice you. You have wondered if your desperate prayers truly reach my ears, or if they just bounce off the ceiling. You have wondered if I see the tears you cry when you are all alone. You have looked up and asked, "Lord, do you still see me? Do you still care about my life? Do you still hear my voice when I cry out to you?" Hear my answer now, and let it resonate in your bones. I see you. I have always seen you. From the very day you were knit together in secret, from the moment you took your first breath, I have followed every single step you have ever taken, and I have never, not even for a fraction of a second, turned my eyes away from you. Even in the times when you were absolutely convinced that no one on earth cared about you, I cared. Even in the rooms where you felt completely invisible, you were never invisible to me. Even when the world made you question whether your life truly mattered, I was whispering to you in ways you could not yet comprehend, assuring you that you matter more to me than the entire world itself. For you are mine. You are chosen. You are treasured. You are precious in my sight. And that is exactly why I could not allow this day to end without reaching out to you. I brought you to this place because I knew the exact heavy burden you would be carrying on your shoulders in this very moment. I knew the exhausting questions that would be weighing down your mind. I knew the fierce, silent battles that would be raging within the walls of your heart. I knew the suffocating silence that surrounded you, and I knew the desperate, agonizing cry of your soul that no human ear could ever hear. I could not stay in heaven and remain silent while you carried all of that weight alone. That is why I arranged this encounter. That is why I interrupted your day. That is why you are receiving this revelation right now. because my fierce, protective love will not let you drown in a sea of despair. My tender care will not let you slip away unnoticed into the darkness. My grand, sovereign purpose for your life will not allow your days to be wasted in the shadows, when I have already written a destiny of brilliant light over your future. If your spirit feels moved by the truth you are hearing, support this ministry of light. Offer your willing gifts and gratitude to ensure that my words continue to bring hope and devotion to those who wander in the dark. Give of your harvest to water this ground, and watch how I multiply your obedience. My beloved child, I want you to truly grasp the profound depth of what I am saying to you today. In my kingdom, there are no accidents. There is no such thing as random chance. Every single encounter is intricately orchestrated by my hand. Every moment holds a specific divine meaning. Even the long, frustrating delays that you did not understand, they were placed there by me. Even the painful detours that you thought were terrible mistakes, they were my guidance. Even the closed doors that brought you to tears and frustrated your plans, each and every one of them was a deliberate part of my perfect plan to lead you safely here, to this exact moment in time, to this very word of truth. Nothing about your journey is random. Nothing about your life is ordinary. Your presence here today is divinely appointed, because I have something to deposit deep into your heart that will permanently shift the entire course of your life. I know that you sometimes look at the vastness of the world and think you are too small, too insignificant, too broken, or too unworthy for the Creator of the stars to care about the tiny details of your life. But I tell you the absolute truth. I do not miss a single detail concerning you. The very hairs on your head are numbered by me. The breaths you take every day are measured out by my hand. The rhythm of your heartbeat echoes the design I placed within you. Do you not understand how deeply I love you? I am completely invested in every part of you. I am not a distant, cold God who sits far away in the heavens, unconcerned with the struggles of humanity. I am your loving Father. I am your Redeemer. I am your fierce protector, your gentle shepherd, and your most loyal friend. I am closer to you than the very breath in your lungs. I am nearer to you than your own thoughts. And I am more faithful to you than any human love you have ever experienced or ever will experience. The ground of your weariness is open now. I have used the edge of truth to break it. You have stood in the rain of your sorrows long enough. Now the soil of your spirit is soft and ready for the seed. This is not a shadow passing over you. It is the intentional planting of a life. You have worked hard in the deep furrow of your suffering. You dragged the weight of your pain through a long drought. This trench was not dug to bury you. It was dug to hold my grace until you are saturated. Even when you could not see the horizon, I remained the fixed star. I do not move. My presence is steady above your confusion. My light does not flicker based on your feelings or the height of the waves. It burns through the fog to show you the way home. Now is the hour to act. I call you to move your hands and sow the grain of your substance into this work. By releasing a tangible offering, you are feeding the lighthouse. That beam must reach those still lost in the dark. Do not hold back the strength you have gathered. Plant your provision as a decree of trust. Turn these resources into a harvest for my kingdom and your house. As you sow a seed into my kingdom, you will feel the sun warming the cold places of your past. The vine of your life will no longer crawl in the dust. It will climb the trellis of my word and bear fruit. The constellation of your purpose is now clear in the sky. It shows you how to walk without fear. The winter of silence is over. My hand is on the plow. Your future is a wide meadow. I brought you here because I desperately wanted to remind you that I have not left you alone. I wanted you to know that I have not forsaken you, even when it felt like the whole world did. I want you to know that I am still fighting fiercely for you in realms you cannot see. Every painful twist in your path has been leading you to this revelation. Every prayer that seemed to go unanswered was actually preparing your spirit for this season. Every long, agonizing season of silence was strategically positioning you to finally be able to hear my voice today. Listen carefully to me, my beloved. When everyone else walked away from you, I remained. When others overlooked your gifts and ignored your pain, I watched you closely with eyes of love. When others judged you harshly for your mistakes, I covered you with my endless grace. I simply could not allow you to remain lost and wandering in the loud, chaotic noise of this world. I set this specific moment apart in time. I marked it with my Holy Spirit, and I drew you in because I needed you to know, with absolute certainty, that you are not forgotten. You are divinely remembered. And do you know why understanding this matters so much right now? It is because the massive blessing I am currently preparing for you requires your full attention. The next season of your life, the season of harvest, of joy, of vindication, depends entirely on how you respond in this very moment. I could not let you miss it. You prayed for guidance, and I declare to you, this is my answer. You asked for a sign, and this is my sign shining brightly before you. You longed for a tangible touch from my spirit, and this is me reaching out and touching your heart. Hearing me right now is not a coincidence. This is not random chance. This is me, Jesus, calling out your specific name, arranging your daily steps, and placing my living words before you so that your weary spirit may finally awaken and your dormant hope may rise again from the ashes. I brought you here, and I promise you, I will not waste this moment. Stay with me, my beloved, for what I am about to reveal to you will change absolutely everything. I want you to listen closer than you ever have before, because I am about to speak directly into the very places you have tried so hard to hide. I am speaking to the places inside you that ache so deeply, the wounds that throb with such pain that you seldom ever speak of them to another living soul. I see the silent, bitter tears you have cried. I see the tears that have stained your pillow in the middle of the night, when you lay in the dark, absolutely convinced that no one in the world knew how heavy your heart truly was. I see the long, agonizing nights when you lay awake, staring up at the ceiling, utterly unable to quiet the raging storm of your anxious thoughts, wondering if the morning light would ever bring you any real relief. I see the way you force yourself to get up each and every day, carrying emotional and spiritual burdens that no one else even knows you bear. And I say to you now, with a voice that shatters the darkness, every single tear you have ever shed has been seen by me. Every silent cry that never made it past your lips has been heard in the courts of heaven. And absolutely none of your pain has been wasted. Declare your amen, where all can see if you have faith. You have walked bravely through fierce battles that would have completely broken other people. You have endured a level of pain, betrayal, and disappointment that very few can ever truly understand. And yet, look at you. Look at where you are. Still here. Still breathing. Still standing. Still holding on to a sliver of faith, even when you felt like you could not physically or emotionally take another step forward. I want you to know, my brave child, that your endurance has not been in vain. Nothing you have gone through is meaningless in my eyes. Every single struggle you have faced has been actively shaping your character. Every devastating heartbreak you survived has been preparing your spirit. and every lonely, isolated night has been drawing you closer and closer to my heart. You truly believed you were suffering all alone, abandoned to the dark. But I was right there with you in every single agonizing moment. I held you close to my chest when no one else was there to hold you. I whispered words of peace into your spirit when your mind was racing out of control. I stood like a fierce guard over your soul when despair opened its mouth and tried to swallow you whole. You may look up at me and ask, "Why, Lord? Why did you allow so much pain into my life? Why did I have to go through all of this suffering? Why couldn't you just take it all away?" Hear my gentle answer, my beloved. I do not rejoice in your suffering. My heart broke right alongside yours in every terrible loss, in every crushing disappointment, and in every bitter betrayal. I wept when you wept, but I allowed these fires into your life not to destroy you, but to prepare you. Just as raw gold must be thrust into the scorching fire to be purified of its dross, you have walked through the fires of affliction so that your faith may emerge shining brighter than the sun. You have been tested so your spirit may grow stronger than iron, and so that your divine destiny may unfold with a greater magnitude of power than you ever could have imagined. What felt like punishment was not punishment, it was preparation. What seemed like abandonment was not abandonment, it was intense refinement. Remember those dark times when you were absolutely certain you were finished. Remember the nights when the pain was so heavy you honestly thought you would not survive until the morning. Yet, here you are. You are still here. You are reading these words, and that alone is undeniable proof that my hand never once left you. Every time you thought you were going to completely collapse under the crushing weight of your sorrow, I was the unseen strength holding you up. Every time you thought your heart was going to shatter into a million pieces beyond all repair, I was the one holding the fragile fragments together with my grace. Every time you felt like giving up entirely and throwing in the towel, it was my gentle whisper in your spirit that urged you to hold on for just one more day. You are sitting here right now because I sustained you. You are alive today because my fierce, unyielding love absolutely refused to let you go. I know the deep betrayals you have faced. I know the times you gave your trust freely, only to be let down in the most painful ways. I know the moments when people you loved with all your heart walked away from you, treating you as if you did not even matter. I saw exactly how deeply that rejection cut into your soul. I saw how it made you question your own worth. I saw how you sat alone and wondered if you were just too difficult to love, or if you simply were not enough for anyone to keep. But my precious child, you must hear me now. Those thoughts are lies from the enemy, and they are not the truth. Your worth has never, ever been determined by the flawed people who failed to see your value. Your core identity is not shaped by the careless voices that rejected you. Your true value has always been and will always be found completely in me. And I look at you and I say, you are priceless. You are my beloved. You are entirely mine. Those who walked away from you did not disprove your worth. Their departure simply revealed that they were not meant to walk the entire journey of destiny with you. I, however, never left. I never forsook you. I never once turned my face away from you in disgust or disappointment. Declare where others bear witness. Jesus is my defender. If you completely trust in my divine protection over your life, I know the suffocating loneliness that has crept into your soul over the years. I know the times when the silence of your room felt completely unbearable, when you longed so deeply for just one person to truly see you, to truly understand the depths of who you are. And I know exactly how invisible you have felt in crowded rooms. You have felt like a ghost, like no one sees the massive weight you carry, or the immense effort it takes for you to simply get out of bed and get through the day. But I tell you now, with all the love of heaven, I see you. I have always seen you. When no one else noticed your efforts, I noticed them all. When no one else cared about your pain, I cared deeply. When everyone else pulled away and kept their distance, I drew near to you. You have never, for a single moment, been invisible to me. You are always on my mind. You are always resting safely in my heart. You are always completely under my watchful care. You may not realize it just yet, but every ounce of pain you have endured has been actively shaping you into someone incredibly strong, profoundly wise, and beautifully compassionate. The lonely nights you spent crying have given you a tender heart that can uniquely understand and comfort the pain of others. The brutal struggles you endured in complete silence have given your soul a rich, unfathomable depth that shallow, easy circumstances could never possibly create. I have been meticulously molding you like clay on a potter's wheel. I am not molding you for destruction. I am molding you for a glorious destiny. You are currently being prepared for things far greater, far more beautiful than your human mind can currently imagine. Do you remember those desperate nights when you cried out to me, angry and broken, thinking I was giving you the silent treatment? I was not silent, my child. I was listening to every single word that fell from your lips. I collected every single tear in my bottle. I treasured every cry of your heart, and I was actively answering you in ways you did not yet have the spiritual eyes to see or understand. Sometimes my answer was not to remove the violent storm, but to strengthen your roots so the wind could not blow you over. Sometimes my answer was to flood your spirit with an inexplicable peace while the battle still raged all around you. Sometimes my answer was to surround your life with an army of unseen angels, shielding you from deadly destruction that you never even knew was lurking nearby. I was always working behind the scenes. I was always protecting you. I was always guiding your steps, even when you were absolutely blind to my presence. My child, I want you to know this truth and hold it close to your chest. Not a single moment of your profound pain has been wasted. Every bitter tear you have cried has watered the dry soil of your future harvest. Every heartbreaking disappointment has acted as a broom, clearing away the things and the people that simply could not go with you into your next level of destiny. Every long, sleepless night has birthed inside you a deeper, more desperate hunger for my presence. Every failure has refined your trust, teaching you to lean entirely on me rather than on the fleeting, fragile things of this world. You thought your pain was only breaking you down, but I was using it to build you up in the very midst of the rubble. You thought your struggles were only setting you back, delaying your life, but I was actively using them to set you up for the incredible victory that is coming next. You have asked me so many times, Lord, why did you let me go through this much hurt? Why did you not just shield me from all of it? Hear me now, and let this bring peace to your mind. I shielded you from far more than you will ever realize on this side of eternity. There were vicious attacks plotted against you that never even touched you, because I blocked them with my own hand. There were hidden dangers you never saw coming, because I intervened and redirected your steps. There were clever traps set by the enemy to completely destroy your life that never caught you, because I delivered you before the snare could close. Yes, I allowed you to walk through the fire, but I walked right there beside you through every single flame, and I promise you, not a single hair on your head was lost without my full knowledge and permission. You endured the heat, and you were refined by it, but you were never once forsaken to burn alone. This is exactly why I tell you, my beloved, your pain has a profound purpose. It is not the tragic end of your story. It is merely the shaping of your magnificent testimony. You will not remain in this valley of sorrow forever. The very tears you cried in secret will soon become the joyful testimony that others witness in public. The very nights you thought would absolutely break your mind will become the stories you tell when you testify about my sustaining strength. The very struggles that tried so hard to bury you in the dirt will become the solid rock foundation upon which I build your greatest and most visible victory. So hold on, my brave child. Do not despise your tears, for I have taken them and turned them into seeds of joy. Do not regret your sleepless nights, for I have taken those hours and woven them into deep spiritual wisdom. Do not fear that your long, exhausting battles were fought in vain, for I have transformed every strike against you into preparation for your crowning moment. You are not a shattered vessel broken beyond all repair. You are being masterfully rebuilt into something far greater, far more beautiful, and far more capable of holding my glory. You are not abandoned in the wilderness. You are being strategically positioned for the promised land. You are not forgotten in the shadows. You are being remembered, called forth, and promoted for a much greater season. I tell you again, so that it anchors your soul. Every single tear is seen. Every single cry is heard. Every single battle is known to me. And because of this, because I am a God of ultimate justice and perfect love, I will turn it all for your absolute good. Nothing has been wasted. Everything has been preparation. The very pain that cut you so deeply will be the very testimony that lifts you so high you will touch the sky. And very soon, you will look back at this dark chapter and realize that even in your darkest, coldest hours, I was holding you in my arms, shaping your heart, and preparing you to carry the immense glory that is about to fall upon your life. My beloved child, hear me now, and let your spirit stand at attention, for I am about to declare something over your life that the enemy of your soul absolutely cannot silence, cannot stop, and cannot reverse. I speak to you now with the full, supreme authority of your Creator, your Savior, and your God. Your breakthrough is coming. The heavy, rusting chains that have bound your mind, your finances, your health, and your relationships are breaking even now as you listen to my voice. The heavy, suffocating yoke that has pressed down upon your shoulders for years is being lifted completely off of you. The irrational fears that kept you awake at night, paralyzed by the what-ifs of tomorrow, are dissolving right now in the blinding light of my presence. The deep, aching loneliness that has pierced your heart like a jagged dagger is being miraculously healed by the absolute certainty of my nearness to you. The cruel rejection that made you question your worth is being entirely replaced with the divine, unalterable truth that you are chosen. You are precious, and you are mine. Whatever forces have held you captive are rapidly losing their power over your life, and what once seemed utterly impossible to your human eyes is about to shift radically by the supernatural power of my mighty right hand. My child, do you hear this decree? I am declaring total freedom over you today. Let us look closely at the chains that are falling, the chains of fear that gripped your mind, that made you doubt every single step forward, that caused you to second-guess your worth and your calling. They are snapping like fragile twigs under the thunderous sound of my word. Fear no longer has any authority in your life, because I am your perfect peace. I have not given you a spirit of fear, cowardice, or timidity. I have given you a spirit of absolute power, of unconditional love, and of a sound, disciplined, and calm mind. I know exactly how fear has whispered its toxic lies to you in the dead of night. I know how it painted terrible pictures of the future, how it told you that you would undoubtedly fail, how it convinced you that you were simply not enough to overcome the obstacles ahead. But I am permanently silencing those demonic lies today. I am speaking absolute truth into your spirit right now. You are more than a conqueror through me. You will not be bound by anxiety for another day. You will rise up in boldness, in confidence, and in divine courage, because my own spirit, the spirit that raised Christ from the dead, dwells powerfully within you. Carry this message to another weary traveler. Pass this torch of hope to someone else who sits in the freezing dark. Let the light I have given you today be the spark that ignites a fire in someone else's cold world. And now, my child, because you have stayed with me, because you did not turn your eyes away, because you quieted your anxious soul and remained in my presence to the very end of this divine appointment, I am going to fulfill the promise I made to you when I first called your name today. I told you that if you stayed with me, I would reveal the specific key that will unlock the heavy iron door you have been standing in front of, crying and beating your hands against for years. You have tried to open that door with your own strength. You have tried to force it open with your own intellect, your own striving, your own frantic efforts, and your own tears. You have grown completely exhausted trying to make a way where there seemed to be absolutely no way. Here is the key, my beloved. Receive it into your spirit right now. The key is absolute, unconditional surrender. You have been holding on to the outcome so tightly that your spiritual hands are bleeding. You have been trying to protect yourself, trying to control the pieces of your life because you have been so deeply terrified that if you let go, everything will completely fall apart and you will be destroyed. But I say to you today, let it go. Drop the heavy burden of control. Surrender the exact timeline you have demanded in your head. Surrender the specific way you thought this breakthrough had to happen. Surrender the deep hidden fear that I am somehow going to let you fall. When you finally take your exhausted hands off the wheel, when you finally look up at me and say with genuine surrender, Lord, not my will, but yours be done. I trust you with the pieces. That is the exact moment the heavy iron door will swing wide open. That is the moment the floodgates of heaven will release the provision. That is the moment the healing will manifest in the physical realm. The key is not you working harder. The key is you trusting me deeper. Breathe out your anxiety right now. Breathe in my peace. The door is already unlocking. The season is already shifting. The breakthrough is already yours. Step forward into the light, my beautifully chosen, deeply loved child. You are free. You are healed. You are restored. And I am with you, today, tomorrow, and for all of eternity. Go in my peace, and watch the miracles unfold.
We run on viewer support only. For exclusive member-only content, scan the QR or see the pinned comment. God bless you.